Yeah. So yeah, with that situation, like Clay said, I mean, I'm kind of just dumbfounded on it too. Like, I don't necessarily have an idea that would work. Besides, kind of trying to get more of our people into higher places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I know it's not gonna be easy. They do things purposely to keep us out of these higher places sometimes, sometimes not. But you know, the more people that we have in higher places, the better. Um, that we Jordan here mentioned building systems outside of their control. The only reason I think that's not the easiest thing to do is because they control so much, like they probably stop it right
It's
away. You know what I'm saying?
difficult. We can't. It's
You
too
don't want to,
difficult to be outside of their control. You
yeah,
get what I'm
yeah.
saying? In my opinion,
You don't want them
'cause
to start getting the military involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
yeah,
know,
Right,
and
so
people need to
right.
understand as black people, especially in America, or just talking about black people in America, most things that we do or need to do, we need their permission anyway, or we
yeah,
need
yeah,
them to
yeah,
help us
yeah,
structure it. Even to break
Hmm.
it down as small as credit, right? Whether you have good credit, bad credit, whatever, if you're starting a business and you don't have cash money, you have to go to the bank and ask the bank
yeah, yeah, yeah,
for some money. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? No matter
yeah,
what,
for
even if you
sure.
have great credit. Of course, you're more than likely going to get a yes if you have great credit and a good history with the bank, but you still have to ask.
word.
You can't just do it unless you have the money. And I think that's the problem with black communities or black people in general. Even our leaders who have a lot of money, it's not even fully their money. Like we've
Yeah,
talked
for
about on
sure.
this channel
We spoke about
before,
that.
we spoke about all the time. P. Diddy, Jay-Z, even the richest business, black guys in business, all of their businesses are tied up with white men or white businesses. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I don't think that would be unless they needed them. You get what I'm saying? So it's difficult to imagine a community or world that we just set up and that we're running where whoever they is to you,
They.
where they are completely where they are completely excluded from it. I just don't see that happening. And
Yeah,
yeah, easier said than done.
it's definitely
And
easier
they
said than
boom, Black
done.
Wall Street. Yeah. And just like I always say, Black Wall Street, same thing. Like they were trying to do that. They were pretty much doing it. And Black Wall Street would have obviously been would have went on to been created a lot of better opportunities and money and everything for black people, but
That's what
they
I.
destroyed that.
That's the funny. So I be thinking about stuff like those. But you know, when you really think about that, we're talking about a country that's, you know what I'm saying, like taking down other countries. You know what I'm saying? What makes you think that we can
Right.
build our own type of situation going on here and they ain't going to demolish that? You know what I'm saying? So
Even our leaders look at like by Malcolm X and Fred, what was his name, Fred Hammond or whatever, the one that
it was,
HBO movie was about. As soon as they even try to start leading us a certain way, or they're like, "Oh, kill him."
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And I
Like,
like
Right.
that. I like that. I like that doing good. Love has to be the motivation over money. But the only thing, thing is
oh
that
yeah,
United States ain't about that. They claim they about good and love. That's not what they about. That's not how we
yeah, on the
got.
surface,
Yeah, that's not how we got here. We got here by killing and bombing.
Yeah,
and that's yeah,
but what I was saying, I probably should have been a little more specific. What I was saying though is not necessarily America. We can forget America. Think about what is actually behind, like what's actually popular in America right now. It's
Hmm.
us. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The culture right now is right. Is hip hop. That's what's running everything right now. That's what's popular.
yeah,
So if we change the whole narrative, instead of running drills and spinning blocks, if we change the narrative to more about peace, love, and things like that, bro, then you know what I'm saying. It's a
but you
definite far fetch. It's very far fetched because we know what we know now for so long. You know what I'm saying. You can't go cold turkey overnight. You know what I mean. So,
yeah. True.
but that
right.
would that would be a good way though. You know what I'm saying, because everybody else who are good at all the other communities that are good at building together, that's what their staple is. Their staple is based on peace, love, and having the next person back because they know that the person gonna have their back. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but
That's
it's far
true.
fetched for us because we've been fed negativity for so long.
Mhm.
How can you go from like all this negativity literally to the point where there's death all around you to wanting to just be about peace and love all of a sudden, bro? They're gonna look at you like you crazy. You know what I mean?
Facts. I mean, I don't think it's just like obviously I don't think it's just I don't think it's as easy as saying like, peace and love, or just, kind of putting it on drill music, which obviously drill music and all of that is, obviously bad influence. But people, like, I think we even talked about this also, people are gonna be what their environment is or where they're from. You know what I'm saying? Because half of that music and stuff like that people are even putting out, even when it's negative or promoting violence, this is what they're seeing in their community and how they're being raised and what they're around. You know what
That's
I'm
true
saying? They're
too.
not going to rap, or they can't. You can't rap or talk about or sing or create art out of something that you know nothing about or that you've never seen. Naturally, what's going to come out of you is what's around you in your environment. And
That's true.
unless we were, yeah, and unless we were to somehow get these people out of those environments, which we can't, because obviously that's where poverty and all that stuff comes in. And which is why the
Right.
projects was even invented and made in the first place, was to put people in housing projects and give them affordable living in very bad situations. Whereas, so, and again, depending on who you are, you could put this and say this goes far back to the government did all of that, intentionally destroy black people, whatever. That's a whole different thing. But at the end of the day, that's where we're at. And it's, to me, impossible. It would be impossible to completely flip that, or to get everyone, or the majority even, to feel like how you're saying, or how Jordan here is saying, oh, we got to be about peace and love, because it should be about that.
Mm-hmm.
But like Dom was saying, the world just don't freaking work that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it just, America
Yeah, the world in
especially, don't
general don't. Yeah,
don't work
Especially
that way.
America,
the
boy.
world
You
in
know what I
general
mean?
don't.
But yeah, and I wanna bring up what Danae said about cops tend to get lighter sentences, and it's funny. A lot of people bring up the they and the Illuminati and things like that. But this I can bring it down to real life, like police, ex-military, judges, and things like that. Obviously, politicians. You're barely gonna see them get in trouble. They're gonna get a lot of times. They're gonna get taps on their hand because they're all so
Oh yeah.
connected. You know what I'm saying? I've heard so many cases
Yeah.
where a military veteran will a lot of times get off on things easier than a normal regular civilian. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
unfortunately, I don't know if that's a fortunate thing or an unfortunate thing, but it's just what happens nowadays in America. But when it comes to cops, because they do have a gun in hand, because they have the power, they should be held accountable harder than the normal civilian because you're giving them that power. But you know what I'm saying? I don't think I see it going that way for a long time. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna protect their
Yeah.
own no
Right,
matter
man.
what.
Right. And again, that's obviously because, like I said, like I always say, with cops, just like everything else, everything is like a gang to some extent. You're gonna
Mhm.
rep for your people. We as black hetero males, we go hard for our peoples. Gay people go hard for their people. Everybody goes hard for their people. I get it. Even fraternities and sororities, whatever. You're gonna look out. But if something becomes this repetitive thing of innocent people dying unjustly,
Yeah,
there has to be some line. It's like, all right, we got to try to put an end to this
yeah, yeah,
by getting to the root. Because again, we could, like, the gun thing everybody else to talk about. I think it's difficult to get to the root of the gun thing. This police thing, I don't think it's that difficult to get to the root of this and make some sort of change. You know what I'm saying? Because at least you can see the root. You know what I'm saying? The gun thing, you can't really see the root. It's a little still blurry. But with this
Right.
police thing, is clearly a repeat behavior of people acting out of the way they were trained at their job. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And if they were trained that way, that's incorrect training. That's another place you could start. So, but again, if we cannot eradicate this problem and stop it from happening, at the very least they could do is make sure the punishments and the consequences are severe.
That's
And
true. That's
if
true.
you're giving someone, whatever this lady got, 12, 16 months or whatever, she's out. Breonna Taylor's dude is a deputy now. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, this is not this. If I'm a cop, I'm not even thinking these are punishments, especially
Yeah.
for the crime. We got this gun thing, particularly with people not outside of even police officers, is getting out of control. You got this kid, this black kid who's just recovering, just got out the hospital. Thankfully, he didn't die. Was trying to pick up his siblings and had the wrong house. And this dude just
Word.
blasts him from the door. Just, you know what I
Yo,
mean?
we spoke about that. I told you we literally when I seen it, and another one happened too. It was this white girl. It was this white
The
girl.
white
I
Yeah,
was
girl,
the
like,
white
yeah.
girl
shit.
was actually
All
here in
right.
New
The
York.
driveway.
Upstate.
Remember, I said it. And somebody commented on the video that we had posted talking about some gun stuff, and I said, a lot of good things are gonna happen. Like people are gonna save people, but a lot of bad things are gonna happen as well because people don't know how to control themselves with these guns. You know what I'm saying? And that's not.
Right.
I don't believe that's gonna be the end of it. It's not gonna be the end of it. It's gonna be a lot more of situations like that. Not saying it
Yeah,
wasn't
bro.
before, but you're gonna see a little more enhanced. I feel like you're gonna see just a little more, just a tad bit more.
It's
Word.
crazy, man. I don't know, like, because like again, whatever. There's times even when the situation happens with a police officer and a black person or whatever, where even though the black person dies, there are still ways that you can see, okay, maybe they shouldn't have done this, maybe they should have,
Right.
whatever. But when we got situations where a kid can't even accidentally ring on a wrong doorbell no more without
Crazy.
like this crazy. The situation like you just brought up with the white girl, I heard it was like her and another guy in the car. They just
It was
went into
her
the
and
wrong
three of her
driveway.
friends.
Tell
Yeah,
you,
they just
Yeah.
pulled into the wrong drive. How
They
many
ridiculous.
pulled into
times
the
has one
wrong
of us
driveway,
accidentally
backed
put into
out.
the wrong
Yeah.
driveway or just
Right.
put into someone's driveway to make a U-turn or whatever?
To make a U-turn. Word.
And that's what we're
Crazy.
shooting people over now. Like it's getting out of hand,
Yeah.
man. And
It's getting crazy.
and I seen people even trying to justify what happened to that black kid. Like, oh,
How could you
how do you
justify
not
that?
know? How could you justify it? Like, how I seen people saying, like, oh, how do you not know the address that was given to you? Or how do you
Nah, that's
not? And it's
stupid.
like, dude,
That's the most
come on,
stupidest
bro.
way to justify that. The only thing I could think of, only thing, because a lot of people were saying it was a racist thing. That's one thing I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say it was a race thing.
The black kid?
Yeah, the black one. I'm gonna tell you why.
You
Because
didn't see?
I seen what
Okay,
it
go ahead,
I
go ahead.
seen what the dude looked like. But the only
I'm not talking about what he looked like.
okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right, all right.
No, go
Well,
ahead.
I didn't see anything else on it. I just seen the picture. I seen the story. So maybe you have something else on it. But what I'm saying is the dude look old as hell, bro. He don't even look like
Right, he's 80. He's 80.
yeah.
80.
He
He's 80
don't
years
even
old.
look like he should have a gun in his possession. Like anybody
Okay.
is gonna
And
get
now
it. You know what I'm saying? At any given moment. But go ahead, go
that's
ahead,
what
go
I
ahead.
said. Just like you, EJ, I be trying to when things like this happen or people in life, I be trying to channel my inner EJ and be like, you know what? Let me give these niggas the benefit of the doubt and say that he did. Because when I first seen it, I looked at him too and I was like, you know what? Maybe he was just some old dude and he was confused and he heard noise, whatever. The
You would
next
think.
day, which this was the most confusing part, his like it's either his grandson or his great grandson who seems to be mixed. He's like half black or something. Went on the news and told Don Lemon and the CNN how his grandpa is very racist, been a racist,
Oh
always
nah,
talks about
son.
how he's gonna kill someone. And
What
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
dog, you see, like
Put him in a
it's like,
blender. Nah,
and,
he's done.
you
He's
know what I'm
done.
saying? And
That's
it's
Basically.
like these
crazy.
people it's the same kind of people who always end up doing this. It's like his grandson is on there saying, like, yeah, my grandpa is always talking about being racist and how he hates black people and how he can't wait to shoot somebody and he's itching to
Nah,
use his
son.
gun.
That's
What?
And
wicked.
then you end up
Yeah,
shooting a kid for ringing your doorbell.
that's OD.
Come on, man.
That's OD. Nah, he's done, bro. The guy's own family. Yeah. Danae just said it. The guy's own family said he's racist. Yeah. Scratch
Yeah, his
everything
own
that I
family came
was
out saying
saying,
it
my
was racist.
boy. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's
and
what I'm
that
saying.
old
That's what
man.
I'm
Put
like,
him in the
dog.
chair, boy.
Yeah, come on, bro. I don't care how old you are. You can't be doing that. There's not no excuse for this.
Just
Like,
pack him up.
Yeah,
It's all
pack
right.
him up. It's done. That's crazy.
yeah, man. Like I said, between these people and the police officers, I really wish they would focus on making these punishments a lot more severe. Because
For
I mean,
sure.
after seeing both of these this week, it's like I'm just waiting to see Derek Chauvin released. Like I would not be surprised if he's the next one who's either released or put on some type of lesser punishment, whatever, like lesser
Yeah, I wouldn't be
sentence.
If he's
surprised.
released, they basically slapped all of us in the face.
Yeah, man. And it's like, dude,
Like smackaroo.
and you try to like even with ourselves like black people or black community or anyone who is affected by this or feels a way about it, you try to like make it logical and like justify it in certain ways and be like, oh, this situation is different. But then it's like, even with the Breonna Taylor thing, okay, I don't care what you want to say about her background or her boyfriend or whatever she was doing, whatever. They kicked down the wrong door, complete wrong door.
Yeah.
That is such a rookie mistake. You can't say like, oh, like the George Floyd situation, he got into something, the police had to be called. Breonna Taylor was in her room sleep or whatever she was doing in bed. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, right.
so how could you even release somebody and promote them that did that was directly responsible for something like that? It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
Ridiculous,
Like,
man.
and again, if anything, for me personally, I'm not speaking about everybody, but if anything, it just makes me feel less and less like generally safe out in the world. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
You
yeah.
definitely
you
want to.
can't walk nobody driveway on accident. Can't you can't you feel me?
Definitely.
Can't get into any kind of interaction with these police officers without being completely submissive or having your hands up and all that because like the lady claims she was reaching for a taser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Listen, man. I ever since after I left high school, hearing all these situations, what I'm saying, a lot of times I really mind my own business a lot. I stay away from any police activity, like cop,
Yeah.
like what I'm saying, like
Say that again.
they I know they're supposed to be called for help, but they gonna be the last people that I call, that I contact or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I kind of stay out of their way unless really really needed. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, but otherwise, just people to people kind of kind of just mind your own business, man. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to cops, stay out their way. If you're dealing with them, kind of deal with them at ease because they're already one up on you. You know what I'm saying? They have a legal gun on them and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So just stay on your
Yeah.
P's and Q's at all times.
Yeah, man, definitely gotta be safe out there. You gotta look out for yourself. And again, too, like I think we spoke about it before on here. Is like even like in New York, you can see it with the NYPD. Like there's this y'all don't want us, so we don't give a crap about what happens. You know what I'm saying? Or we're not gonna protect you to the full extent that we're supposed to.
Hmm.
And it's like while I could get their attitude on that, based on situations, but it's like both sides aren't helping each other. You know what I mean? By
Yeah,
having these attitudes that we have, but we create these attitudes for each other because of what's happening. So,
exactly. All the things that
Right.
have happened. That's funny. Rachel said, my son was asked to sell some chocolate for a fundraiser. I'm like, nah, I'm not knocking on nobody's door. Yeah,
yeah, don't do that shit,
yo,
bro. Not
listen, man.
even
When I
you
when
could do it, but I
Yeah.
would don't knock on people's door. Go around to going like barbershops and stuff like that, or car washes and
Yeah,
stuff.
Right.
But
yeah. When I
don't
when
knock on
I
Right.
nobody's door,
when
bro.
I was doing like Amazon Flex and stuff, I don't usually knock. And if I'm going out, I use the vest. You know what I'm saying? But like
Right.
like like I usually stay away from knocking, bro. I put the package down. I take that picture when I'm heading out. Just ring the doorbell and run to the car, bro.
Niggas pop you.
Because we in Florida, bro. Dudes will pop you and just
Niggas pop you like,
get
yo, you
away
shot
with
the Amazon dude. You shot
That
the,
ass.
you shot the Amazon dude.
Amazon
It's
dude
like,
get shot.
is today Tuesday?
so
Yeah, I
so
do have
Like,
a
yeah,
package for you.
man.
so yeah, bro. That's just how it is nowadays,
That's
especially.
crazy. But yeah, like you world is crazy. You cannot and again, especially if you're in a state like Florida, everyone now can have a gun. They can just have it. So it's like you can't do that, bro. You can't do it
Having
no
a
more.
having a door
I
knocking
had
job
a
in
job.
rural Idaho, bro, is crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't even
Especially
do
if you
that.
if being a black person, that is
Yeah,
insane.
if
I
you
would
black
never.
or in
I,
Idaho
minority,
though, that
I
was
would
mad
never.
you're a
random.
minority. I'm not even living in Idaho if I'm a minority, but
For real.
Bro, I
I
let
would
alone
yeah,
don't even want to live in
never,
Ohio, let
bro.
alone
I don't know
Idaho.
what I'm saying. I don't even know nothing about Idaho. All I know is that they make
That's what I'm saying.
potatoes
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm
or
saying,
something
bro.
like that.
That's wild,
Yeah.
bro.
We
Nah,
got
son.
plenty of starch here in New York. I'm
Shout out to
Vandy.
Idaho, bro. I'm glad you made it out
Yeah, for
because
real.
I'm glad you because I wouldn't have been brave enough to do that. All
High yellow.
right, though. Moving on. Let's get into our. He said I'm high yellow, so yeah, they don't care, nigga. High yellow, nigga, you still
Yeah,
black.
you
They don't
still a
care.
nigga.
They like, oh, nigga, straight up, bro. Because like like even with the 80-year-old dude, like, bro, you shot a kid for knocking on your friggin' door, man. Are you crazy? Like,
Right,
what?
right.
How do you even explain this?
That's yeah, that's insane, bro.
It's
Like,
wicked.
bro, that is wild. Um, but yeah, so moving on though, let's get on to our last topic. So as usual, we always have a topic. I guess is it's a running theme that we don't know 100% about, but it is pretty interesting. So we talk about it anyway because we can. So the a member of the Fugees, for those of you who don't know, the Fugees was a rap group from back in the day. I know some people watching are probably in their early 20s and probably have no idea who the
Mm-hmm.
Fugees is.
Ooh la la
So
la.
the Fugees was a rap group consisting of Wyclef Jean and um, Lauryn Hill and this gentleman, I believe, what's his? I wrote it down.
Pratt,
Michael
Michael or Michael
Pratt,
Praz?
Praz Michaels. So Praz Michaels is in court right now. He's possibly could be convicted they're saying that he's for however amount of years he's been helping some sort of Chinese billionaire use his money and influence to gain more influence and information about American business and secrets. And America's taking this
Mhm.
as full on treason, man. They're saying that he betrayed his country and that they're trying to charge him like some sort of spy for China.
Mm.
Now the reason why this was surprising to me because it was like for a lot of reasons. One, because I think it's a common thing now, particularly when weird things happen with music industry, particularly rap, where we say like, oh, someone's like an industry plant or they're an industry snitch or the inside, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word.
A lot of times I think it's more so people who happen to have a lot of money get into certain situations and rappers just happen to be one of the groups of people that have a lot of money. So, but what's so interesting to me about this was like, yo, if this dude was involved in this and he was just a member of the Fugees, obviously one of the biggest rap groups of history, but how many other like rappers and actors and models and ball players do you think are involved with billionaires from other countries? We already seen Dennis Rodman has so much personal ties to even like homie out in
North Korea.
what is it?
Word.
Korea. So it's like it just really made me think of how many of these people with money and influence are probably tied up in these like helping other governments, other countries, whether it be Dubai or whatever, like just get info on America and get in on American business.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Dawn.
I wouldn't.
What do you think
I
about it?
honestly wouldn't be surprised to how like
Yeah,
if there was a lot more. Um, like 'cause you know what I'm saying? Because money talks. Money talks. When they start hitting you with the, hey, you know what I'm saying? Look how much money I can give you.
Money always
All
talk,
you gotta
Playboy.
do is this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? They probably make the situations. They probably blow it up way more than it really is. You know what I'm saying? It could be something like kind of simple. Cause I'm looking here as like the dude, uh, uh, Michael Price got paid to get somebody a picture with
I'm
Obama
about
at
to
the
see if I
time or
can
something
find
like
on this
that.
John.
yeah, all type of stuff like that. Yeah, you know
You
what I
know what I'm
mean?
saying?
Like,
Something small like that, but like, hey, you messing with China? Like, we don't need you being in any kind of spy or any kind of situation with China's government messing with us, cause like we don't mess with each other. But yeah, I feel
yeah,
like it could
right
just
now,
be yeah, it could be something simple, bro. Like just having conversations with Chinese government. You know what I mean? Like they America not gonna play with that, and they're gonna blow it up. They're gonna make it seem worse than it is. So, but
yeah,
yeah,
especially
I
right
could
now,
see it.
exactly we're not good with China like
Yeah,
that. So, I feel like anything that looks kind of shady,
yeah,
they're gonna try to blow out a proportion. Because like you said, I don't think even when he himself when he was doing these things, I don't think he was looking at it
yeah.
as
He's
like
not like
he obviously knew it was wrong morally, and what I mean. But I don't think he was looking at it as like, oh, I'm betraying my country, or I'm like, he probably was like, I'm just getting some bread on the side and
yeah,
be
but maybe he
and
didn't even think it's wrong. More, I mean, I don't know everything that he was doing, but like if a dude paid, be like, oh,
I mean, if
hey,
somebody pays your money to take a picture of Barack Obama and you're not Barack Obama, you probably know that shit. That's
but what if he's just
it's
like,
probably
hey, what
wrong.
if he's just like, yo, I want to meet Barack. If you got the links, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me take a picture with him type deal. He's like, you gonna give me $1 million just to get you in the same room as Barack? All right, like what? All right, come
He
on.
said, if somebody you knew was getting paid $1 million to get people to take a picture with you and you didn't know it, wouldn't you? You'd be like, nigga, what
I'll be tight.
the
I'll be
you'd be like,
tight.
put
But
me
Word. I'll
on
be like, where
like
my
something.
PC at, bro?
I get what you're saying where it's morally wrong, but like, is it morally wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
That
don't think it's go to
shit.
court wrong, but again, I don't think he's
Yeah.
that. I don't think that like the Barack Obama picture thing. I don't think is what he's about to do time for.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's more so
Word.
America. Like, yo, what's up with you and these Chinese people? Like, why are you helping
Yeah.
this specifically this Chinese business guy? Why are you helping
Start
him
using
get all this
it.
information? Um,
But
like you said too, like maybe go ahead, go ahead.
nah, because I'm looking here. They're talking about embezzling money and stuff like that. So they could have been like kind of like using them, playing them. You know what I'm saying? Just having him do stuff, or he could have literally just been doing stuff to make the bread. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think for him it was about the bread. I feel like he was just like, and obviously influence too, because like certain people like knowing say you have ties with this big businessman in China, people love shit like that. Look at the whole Jeffrey Epstein. He was just a
Yeah,
businessman, and people just love being
Yeah.
around him and spending money with him and partying and going wild. So, but yeah, I don't know, it's crazy, bro.
it's
Like
crazy.
because again, if you were to tell me it was gonna be somebody, I wouldn't think a member of the Fugees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
so that's
random.
made me think like like so random. So it's like, who else could be on stuff like this? Like, but yeah, man, I feel like as far as him doing time, I don't know. I feel like if they can't really prove that he specifically helped with anything that was like, government intel or giving China any type of information, I don't think he should do no time. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe
can't they lock
pay back some money.
can't they lock traders up and spies up for life? I think that's like a law, bro. Like if they find out you're a
Yeah,
trader
dog,
or a
that's what
spy,
he did.
yeah.
That nigga's fighting for his life right now.
Yeah, he fighting for his life, bro.
Yeah,
They
fighting
not.
for his freedom.
I don't think they're gonna
It
mess
is true.
around, bro. If they find out any reason to lock him up because he was being like a spy or a trader, bro, it's over for him, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
that.
if
Son gonna go to Guantanamo Bay, boy.
yeah, but I'm sure, like I'm saying, if I'm him, I'd much rather get the charge of like whatever, money laundering or money whatever, as opposed to, like y'all said, a trip to Guantanamo. I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? So I'd much rather do my little 5-10 years for whatever money situation.
Rachel talking about
But,
I wonder how you got that job asking for a friend. All right, now.
Boom! I'm glad Rachel brought that up. But that was another thing that came to my mind was like, how you got a job? Like you know what I'm saying? But I'd assume maybe it's he was a musician. They maybe took a tour, went to China at one point, had some big show. Maybe this business dude approached him and was like, "Look, man, me and you need to talk. We can be friends."
Mhm.
And
Right.
and again, what makes this interesting is that's where I think a group or someone with the mindset of an artist like a Fuji artist comes in, because for this to really happen, it had to be somebody who was already kind of on the ifs about America. You get what I'm saying? Or kind of had a problem with American government and would help another country be like, yeah, I'll help you screw these dudes over. I don't care. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My government sucks anyway. You know what I mean? Because, so, and I could definitely see from that aspect, I could see a member of the Fugees doing that for sure. Because, but yeah, man, crazy. Definitely you got to look out. We definitely got to see what other artists out there
For sure.
are playing. So I still think 6ix9ine might be. You know what I'm saying?
6ix9ine he
But,
has been in other countries. You never know, boy. I don't think China
man, you
though.
never know.
I don't think they like.
Wasn't he in China the other day or some shit? Or some country like Japan or China?
He was
or
in
something?
Russia.
I
He was in
forgot.
Russia. He was in Russia.
Oh,
When,
Russia,
yeah,
right.
yeah. I remember that.
It was.